So this is why some people are just so darn unfunny. So I know this is not a traditional video that I do, but it is a very valuable insight of why people do the things they do and how to best to react to it, right? And what I'm talking about here is why are just some people just really unfunny? Now, just a simple answer is some people are humor is based on intelligence and how clever you are, and some people just don't have that, right? But there's more to it. Like there's many people who are very low IQ or just not the brightest in the head that are very funny, just in different ways. But you probably think of someone in your life or a few people in your life where they try so hard to just get a laugh out of people or trying to make humor, and it's almost every time you're cringing in your head or overtly like like they make the most predictable or the most basic or stupid jokes that you cringe and you like the guy, you like the person, but it's not funny. I'm luckily enough right now. I don't have friends right now that are like that, but I have known people in the past that are, and especially some acquaintances. And let me tell you, it can be tough because you don't want to be a mood killer by calling them out on it, but you just want them to shut up. And yeah, it's tough. And I really didn't know why that some people there's some people who are not funny, but they don't try to make humor. But then others who just are such tryhards, and they just can't get it. And I didn't know why. Like these people just couldn't get it. It wasn't until recently that I kind of figured it out. And it's because people use humor in two different ways. So the first way is the traditional way, what most people can kind of figure out, which is you're expressing a new idea. When everyone knows what memes are, and a meme is basically, on the simplest form, an idea expressed in humor. That you're pointing out something new or some kind of pattern, and you're expressing it like in a way that other people can connect to, and that's what makes people. That's why it's funny. Humor is funny because it's true, and the best kind of humor is one that's not common knowledge or something that's very secluded, right? That think of it like of a joke that I can't think of a joke offhand, but think of it as a joke that you kind of have to figure it out. Like you have to guess the answer, and when you finally get the answer, you're like, "Oh, that's what it is," right? Because you can make the connection now, but you just couldn't before, and the person just gave an insight to you. So humor is usually started by someone coming up with a new idea or expressing an idea that's either taboo or isn't commonly shared. And this is a great way for people to get out new ideas that you're making a connection or making a pattern that other people sense, but you're just overtly expressing it. So that's why they like the joke. And that's usually the funniest jokes. Like the best jokes are the ones that people haven't heard, and it's expressing some kind of truth that other people they either know but don't want to say, or a truth that they kind of know like in their heart of hearts but can't articulate it, and that's why they like it. And that's one way of expressing humor. The other way of making jokes is the other one, which I brought up earlier about when people make unfunny jokes, and that's for social acceptance. That often is not when someone comes up with a new funny joke, they'll say it and everyone laughs, it's hysterical, and then those people will often not tell that to other people and expressing that knowledge. You're spreading the information like a meme. That there's a lot of times people, these smaller memes or people are trying to force a meme that just doesn't work because um, it's not new or it's not correct or it's not just funny. um, but all memes all have an origin part that, one point someone made a meme and they shared it and other people liked it and they shared it and then other people share it and then it goes all across the world. But give enough time, even the funniest memes will not become funny anymore because everyone starts to know it. They see it over and over again and it's no longer clever. This is now common knowledge or socially accepted knowledge. So it's no longer funny. So when people come across this meme or this joke and they see other people laughing at this joke or people getting social escalation off this joke, they want to do it themselves. Like if you ever use Reddit, you ever heard the term like karma farming? That oh, I there's this meme going around on Reddit or this new copy pasta, right? And what happens is when something new like that comes on, everyone just else starts spamming it because they want karma, they want likes, right? And they'll beat the horse till it's dead. They'll keep beating it because they want karma until they drain of all the utility it has. So when they see this, they want to tell it, even though they might not fully understand it or literally everyone else knows it by now. So when they tell a joke or they share the meme or try to be funny by pointing out something that's obvious or now like everyone else understands, it's not funny anymore because it's not clever. You're not risking anything. You're not actually figuring out making a connection that no one else has before. You're just stating the obvious. Like, oh, there's a potato over there. Yeah, everyone else can see. But they're doing it for social acceptance and getting that validation. And if you pay attention, it's painfully clear. I'll use an example that bothers me the most. That one day, I don't know how long ago, someone noticed that the number 69 was looked very similar to a sex position. And someone probably made that connection and everyone laughed. And probably the first time you noticed it, it was kind of funny. But as the years go on, it just became a dead horse where everyone knows what it is, everyone gets the joke. Um, but people still to this day will try to still crack that joke. They'll anytime in whatever context the number 69 pops up. It's on a sports player's jersey or there's a lottery number. Someone will everyone in their heads when they see that number, they understand the connection, they get it, and funny enough, the funny people will are the ones that don't take the easy bait. That they know it's a joke, but it's just easy, so they think everyone else knows it, so they just let it go. It's the stupid or the desperate people that they don't get many opportunities to be funny. So when they see that low hanging fruit, they always take it. They just always take it. They have to. It's like, oh, it's my time. And they make that joke is like, oh, 69? Nice. And it, everyone else is cringe because it's a dead joke. The whole nice thing too, when every time in the news that a female teacher has inappropriate relationships with a young male student, everyone just says, "Oh, nice," or "Oh, where was that teacher when I was younger?" Like it's these stories over the years they pop up enough where you just hear the same jokes over and over again, and it's like it kind of reminds me of Neil deGrasse Tyson. That science guy. That he just can't get enough of him talking. That he's just has this huge ego, and he has this great way of making the simplest ideas, taking the simple thing that everyone understands, and just making it, trying to make it sound very profound. Like I heard him say that, oh, the reasons why like Native Americans and East Asians that they both have low alcohol tolerance is because they're closely related genetically. And you might not be able to articulate it, but most people understand that. But he was making out to be like this great thing that science just discovered. And and when you do that, it's not a good look. People just cringe on the inside. It's like, yeah, we know, and it just makes you look worse. Um, and I don't, I'm not here to hate on these people. Like hating someone because they're stupid or because they're not socially attuned is just it's not it's just leading you to resentment, and it's not good for you. Um, And it's kind of worthless too, because I actually find that people who complain about stupid people aren't that smart themselves. Um, it's smart people that just understand people are who they are, and they're just gonna be like it's like getting angry at a bee for stinging you. It's like that's what bees do. When it comes to jokes, when you hear this, like I used to just get so like cringe on the inside and get mad, like, oh god, like do they really think that's funny? Like why are they doing this? Like it's you get some peace to understand that it's not so much them like it's not a new idea they're coming up with. It's just them trying to show that they're in the in group. Like, oh, I get this. I understand this meme. I'm not like the outsiders who are like, don't get it. I get it. And yeah, it's when you see that little bit of desperation, it can be a little off putting, but understand it's not them trying to show off like something. It's them trying to fit in. And that's what kind of memes are. Why, for example, years ago on the internet, way before I was on, like one of the first memes was all your base belong to us. That meme survived for years because how small, well, I wouldn't say small, but how few people use the internet and how long it took for information to get around that people didn't fully understand that meme until years later. Now, you'd be lucky if memes survives like a week because how fast everything's put around that there's no more outgroup that eventually everyone's going to understand it. So that's why people they make those unfunny jokes because one that they just don't have the cognitive ability or gaining that knowledge consistently to make those kind of jokes or recognize those patterns. And two, just to try to fit in. And I'm not begrudging them for that. I used to like cringe, but now I see I see what it is, right? It's your decision how you react to it, but it's important to understand this. And maybe that will give you some piece of why some people are just so darn unfunny.